Yeah. Okay, guys. All right, guys. Welcome into the Collegiate Star League season number 7. Kicking it off on the StarCraft 2, and down here at the bottom right side of the map. Actually, let me make sure that I'm with my obs. There we go. There he is. Representing Cal Berkeley in their native blue, we are going to have Odie, the Terran player. Should be very interesting to watch and see. I talked to him for a little bit, got his opinion on the TVP matchup in itself. He is confident, but yet he does see a few flaws. So moving over here to the top right side of the map in the red, representing Stanford. In their red, it is going to be Totoro, or otherwise known as Weston.
All right. So
all right,
Whirlwind.
Dude, Whirlwind, man. I miss this map so much.
Yeah, this map, I'm so glad it's in the CSL map pool this season.
Yeah, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like we're happy that Whirlwind's in it, but then Akalon Waste's in it too. So we're just like, who the hell decided this? Like you're so good, but then you're so bad at the same time. Hold on just one second, guys. We are having a little bit of a technical issue. I do have to ask, can you hear us, Dan?
It looks like we're missing out on game sound.
We are missing out on game sound. I think we can just roll with it for now. We'll roll with it for now. Not going to worry too much about it. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do the whole restart a little bit later. Again, technical issues in esports. There is never a perfect broadcast, neither. Especially not the first broadcast of the year. Always a few little issues. Now, looking at Odie really quick, he's going to be going for that 15cc, one of the standard, I guess, styles you would call it in TVP on a big map such as this. Once in a while, you do see drop play, but for the most part, you really are a macro favorite player when you are playing on this map in this matchup. I don't know, what do you think?
That is exactly so. I agree completely. Odie is actually making a very unlucky SCV go across the map. He checked out one spot, he's checking out another spot, and eventually, process of elimination, he's going to realize that his opponent is in the top right corner. But he's not going to see what's going on, and luckily for him, there's nothing too special going on. We have a Cyber Core coming down, and I'm guessing there's going to be a Nexus pretty soon here from Weston as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, again, there are several risks in terms of Whirlwind. As a Terran player, you could, as a Protoss, you got to be worried about maybe Hellions running by, maybe Hellion drops of some sort, just to kind of get you a little bit off guard. But for the most part, we actually see a lot of Protosses go Gate, Nexus, and then Cybercore because they just know, there's one single choke up through the ramp. They don't really have to worry anything from a dual prong perspective. In terms of base location. So we already see the Nexus getting thrown down. Nothing too out of the ordinary that I would say. Now, Matt, I have not... We have been in what I would call a long-distance relationship.
Yes, we have.
We have... It's like you went abroad, and we haven't talked for months, and you just came
you know
back.
what it is? You know what it is? It's heartbreaking. It breaks my heart.
It breaks my heart so much that I haven't seen you in forever. So, I mean, again, we do have the Skype call. We do kind of chat a little bit, but like in all, let me know what you've been up to. Like, fill me in your life.
To be honest, this semester has almost destroyed me. I have been taking 6 classes, 3 of which are lab classes. I've been taking an aero capstone called Space Vehicle Design. I've been taking finite element analysis, been doing research on the side. Literally, I've been taking on way too many things, but you know what? Next semester is going to be easy. And you know what that means? That means a lot of CSL, that means a lot of StarCraft, and that means this is going to be an amazing season, I think.
Well, it's going to be great because that's where the bulk of the season is going to lie. Again, for those that are very unfamiliar, I guess, with the calendar or the CSL schedule, League of Legends, Dota, StarCraft 2, they all fall on the same calendar. We play 1 week in December. The schedule did get pushed up by 1 week. There was supposed to be two games played before the break, but only one this weekend were the games, and then we go into about a month break, I would have to say, and then kick things back up again on January 11th. And from there, it is a 9-week straight grind, especially teams with full conferences with no buys. They're going to be playing weekend after weekend after weekend. And as soon as that ends, we got playoffs, and I mean, that in itself is a grind. And so basically 4 to 5 months of StarCraft starting in January. That's going to be insane. I can't wait. gonna be so
Yeah,
much
it's going to be
content.
crazy. Really dense timeline, lots of games all over the place. And finally, we have this game seriously heating up. We have Odie. He has not built a factory yet, not even started at the 7 minute mark. No signs of any mech or any starport, nothing like that. That's not happening. He's going all this bio. He's got stim on the way, +1 for his Marines. And these Marines are actually going to force a photon overcharge out of that Nexus. Not bad. And they're just going to walk on home.
Yeah, that's nice. Again, it's not really going to affect the game or shouldn't affect the game too much in terms of, I guess, layout because the mothership core, of course, is going to have a lot of time to regain energy. If he didn't activate it, he would have probably lost maybe 3 to 4 probes just due to the 6 Marines. They're going to be able to withstand a little bit of damage. But all really right now, Weston is trying to do is get his gates up. He's teching with the Forge. He's getting his +1 attack. He's getting his Twilight Council in the background as well, making sure to get a lot of obs out as well. That's a big, big thing too for Protoss now in Heart of the Swarm is their detection. If they have map control, that is going to that's half the battle because if Terran's a lot of wins, a lot of pressure does come from drops. A lot of the harassment comes from drops. So if they can anticipate it, if they can prepare, if they can position themselves properly, it allows for them just a little bit more time to tech up, get those upgrades, get more units out, and then confidently start positioning themselves out on the map.
Yes, sir. Every single good strategy is built on good map control. It can't be emphasized enough. Torto, we got High Templar on the way. Templar Archives almost finishing up. I think this is a great call.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, you can't go wrong with Templar Archives, especially now that you exactly can't fall apart really much earlier in the game. I mean, something that Odie did mention was that at the beginning of Heart of the Swarm, you could do a little bit more harassment using Hellbats and various type of compositions that would put a little bit more of a threat on the Protoss players. So they'd have to play a little bit more passive. They'd have to be at least a little bit more careful how they macro up. They couldn't grade as hard as they could. But now, the fact that they can defend, I guess, more, as he mentioned, just generally a lot more aggressions, it allows for them to easily tech up, which makes it harder in the mid to late game for a lot of Terrans. So we are seeing, though, a really nice timing. What do you think about this right here?
I think there's an observer which has seen all of these Marines stream by and Marauders, and I think Weston is going to be pretty well prepared here. He's had plenty of time to react. Unfortunately, I guess, well, actually, he has about 6 force fields on hand, so he's going to do all right here.
Yeah, it pops the first 3 right there, activates a photon overcharge. Some of those Marines looks like they have been losing a little bit of weight, able to squeeze right by those force fields, a little bit of a gap right there, but he definitely wants to go up there, put on at least a little bit of pressure, if not just snipe down that pylon, just try to start trading, try to force a few units out. The one thing he doesn't want is the Protoss player to get a little bit too comfy in this game. If he's able to get macro up peacefully, then that's where all the problems happen for the Terran player. Then they're forced to go into the late game scenarios where they really don't want to fight Protosses at all. But we will see how Odie uses his mobility. He does have 2 medevacs. I think there's 2 more underway. Yes, they are. They're almost about to catch up to the army. And as we see right there, there we go. He's going for the drops. This is a good move, I think.
Yes, I think so, because that photon overcharge is going to expire. The mothership core will have enough energy to put one on the main nexus as well, which can help out here, but not before these Marines getting dropped here get a couple of kills. They just took out 1 pylon, and it looks like they're going to get a gateway as well. I'm not sure about this Templar Archives, but it's definitely a big target.
Well, this is good right now for Odie because he's activated the final photon overcharge. So the front is actually not really well defended at all. He could actually just engage into that without many problems. He lifts up the army in the main to get out of there, but looks like Weston's just going to try to defend with what he's got right now. Currently, he needs to bring more units down there because at this point, this is actually an army that could focus down to Nexus if he doesn't start splitting units. So this is done very beautifully. Look at that. Keeping 2 Mortals, Stalker, and a Sentry up in the main, meanwhile sending half the forces down to defend the Naturals. So the one thing for Weston right now, he is getting a lot of minerals. He's starting to kind of bank them a little bit, so that is going to allow him for, of course, yeah, unit production whenever he needs it. But you don't want to sit too long banking that because you actually need to be able to defend against it. You actually need to be able to macro. You need to be able to use that money efficiently if you can at some point.
Odie is doing such a great job here, keeping his opponent busy on 2 fronts. Those medevacs coming all the way past the army in the main and dropping behind the mineral line. Slow reaction there, responding to that, and at the same time continuing to pummel the front. I really like this dual-pronged attack.
Yeah, he is still a little bit worried. He does see the Templars, but I mean, any Terran at his level of play should notice the amount of energy, knows that he's got a little bit of time to work with. The main has been completely ravaged. I mean, you take a look at the workers' kill count. And you look and see that is 16 total workers killed. That is a huge hit to the Protoss economy. He's down to 54 probes. Again, on 2 base, that is okay, but you still don't want to be losing economy at that quantity. And at this point, looking at the supply of 147 to 85, I think he could just micro his way to a win. There's a lot of bio. There's about 8 medevacs, 9 medevacs going to work. Another one joining the party as well. Almost all those units have personal healers. As long as he micros this, I think he actually just has the win outright.
And at the same time, he is pulling out a huge macro advantage as well. You see 2 more command centers coming down. So even if this fails and does not follow through, there is an opportunity to carry this through to the late game. And I don't see Odie letting up at all here.
Yeah, and there we go. We have the GG, game 1, taken by Berkeley. Who needs Suppy, right? Who needs Suppy?
Yeah, who needs Suppy?
When you got Odie, man. So that's actually great. I mean, as a freshman player to be in your first official CSL match to get a win out of the way, that's great. Not only great for him, but great for the school as well.
Yeah, just something worth celebrating for the team, and I'm sure it feels good to show off to your teammates and to your new captain as well. So congratulations to Odie, and yep. I think we will go to a short break, and we will be back with Game 2 in several minutes.
Yep, don't go anywhere, guys.